Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time!
YouTube, salute. All right, y'all, I'm back and I'm here with my prediction and breakdown for the Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia World Welterweight Championship fight. Yes, it's the unified titles on the line. We're talking about the WBC and the IBF welterweight titles that Spence holds, and Danny Garcia is looking to actually capture both of those titles. He held the WBC title before, but before we break this down, if you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support and donate to the channel, I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs. Okay, tale of the tape. So before I get to the tale of the tape, this fight will take place Saturday, December 5th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. You can watch this fight on Fox pay-per-view. This is a pay-per-view fight. So either order it or give us some friends. And the fight is actually taking place in Arlington, Texas at the AT&T Stadium. All right, so let's start with the challenger, Danny Garcia. 36 wins, 2 losses. 21 of his 36 wins come by KO. 0 draws, 55% KO percentage. He stands 5'9". He has a 69-inch reach, and he fights from the orthodox position, and he is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Errol Spence Jr. has an unblemished record, 26 wins, 0 losses, 21 KOs, 0 draws, 81% KO percentage. He's about 5'9.5", 5'10", 72-inch reach. Southpaw position, that's his stance. DeSoto, Texas, that's where he's from. All right, so now let's break down some of the strengths. Danny Garcia, what does he do good? Danny Garcia has a great left hook. I'm not gonna lie, great left hook. It's powerful. It's probably the best left hook at welterweight. I'll give him that. His cross is good too. His cross is good. I will give him that. Danny Garcia, he will actually walk you down. He can he likes to trade with you. He likes to go tick for tack. He has a great chin. His chin has been proven at junior welterweight and at welterweight. He comes in shape. You get a good Garcia as far as, he lays everything on the line. You never see him in a fight that he got his ass beat the hell up. He's always been fighting and doing good. So that's one thing we can say about Danny Garcia from his strengths. Errol Spence Jr., his strengths. Spence has a great jab. That right hand does a great job when he's actually trying to set up his other punches with his left straight hand. His right hook, body shot. He's a great body puncher. One of the best body punchers at welterweight. I have him and Crawford up there. 1A, 1B, depends. Or he can be 1-2. Doesn't matter who you want to pick. Spence, he throws more punches throughout the fight. It's like he gets stronger throughout the fight. So I feel that's a strength for him. So that works in his favor. Now, weaknesses. What are some of the weaknesses Danny Garcia have? I think some of the weaknesses I noticed, he's flat-footed. He doesn't fight on his toes, on his feet. That's something that I feel like he should do a better job at. Another weakness Danny Garcia have is he allows you, like he's a counterpuncher. So he's not going to actually set the pace, and that's the only thing he's known for doing is being a great counterpuncher, but that can work against him because he's never really setting the pace. Danny Garcia, sometimes he can be very frustrated when he's fighting a fighter that's a mover that doesn't stand right in front of his face. So they can be a rock'em sock'em punching bag. He will get frustrated when he's fighting a fighter like that. Usually, majority of his fights have been tailor made for him. So you never really seen him fight a fighter that's always a person that's moving around like a Lamont Peterson when he fought at junior welterweight, and when he fought Keith Thurman at welterweight. and Sean Porter, they was giving him problems. Even Amir Khan was giving him problems because of that hand speed at junior welterweight. Now, Spence, one weakness I will say is when he throws his jab, his hand comes down, coming back to his face. That is a weakness. And Sean Porter exposed that so many times. Spence, he doesn't really like, if you can throw him off guard, throw your punches, that will throw Spence off. Like, for example, when he fought Kell Brook in 2017, when Kell Brook was throwing that 1-2, 1-2 and was getting the best of him at the beginning, it was making Spence like freeze up and get into like a high guard. Spence, majority of his defense is in the high guard position, and I think that's a weakness because he's exposed to getting hit to the body. So he needs to do a better job at that. I'm not going to say this is another weakness about Spence, but I'm actually skeptical to see how he's going to fight. This is his first fight from his car accident, which was when? September, October of 2019. So it's been over a year, 2 months, 3 months. So 15 months he hasn't been in the ring. So we don't know what kind of Spence we're going to get. Are we going to get the same Spence we saw when he fought Sean Porter? We don't know. It's hard to say. And another weakness Spence has, he's always out of shape. So he's always 40 pounds max coming into training camp. So even though he can get to 147, losing 40 pounds, that's unhealthy for the body, especially for him. He needs to be fighting at 154. So he just keep weight training himself. What are the keys to victory for both fighters? Danny Garcia, I think he needs to actually make Spence exchange with him in the pocket. He wants to fight an inside fight. He wants to get Spence against the ropes. He wants to be able to walk Spence down. But at the same time, don't push the envelope too much because Spence can still trade shots. Spence can't fight off the back foot. So Danny Garcia needs to push the fight towards him against that rope. Spence, what he needs to do is keep his jab in Danny Garcia's face all night. But at the same time, throw the jab with different velocity. And at the same time, use the jab to work Danny Garcia's body, slow him down so he can't step in, rush in, do what he wants to do. Spence bet not get into an exchange with Danny Garcia. If he tries to fight Danny Garcia he might get not knocked down, but he can get hurt. Anybody can get hurt. Every fighter gets hurt in a fight. So he needs to be very careful with that. Danny Garcia, he cannot allow Spence to move around over and over and keep pop shotting him all night or just taking chances with him, because if he does that, it's going to be a problem. Spence, he needs to just fight his fight, listen to Derek James, and just, be strategic and intelligent in that ring. Don't do too much. Who do I see winning this fight? If I had to pick, I'm going with Errol Spence, split decision, 12 rounds. I believe I can see a 116, 112 from one judge. I could see a 115, 113 for a judge that's going to favor Danny Garcia, and I can see one judge going 117, 111 for Errol Spence. I see Errol Spence winning by a split decision. I see a close fight. It's going to be a close fight. I believe that Errol Spence will pick up the pace in the late rounds after the round 6. I think Danny Garcia will start off pretty good, but I think he will kind of gas out towards the late part of the fight. But I think he will still be able to help hold his own. But I think Danny Garcia might not have that extra oomph to get over in the championship round starting at round 9 to actually go away with the victory. The only way I see Danny Garcia beating Errol Spence, he would have to knock Errol Spence down twice in the fight for him to even solidify a victory. Spence, he just needs to fight his fight, listen to Derek James, move around, don't get complacent, don't be stationary too much with Garcia, and he can move away with a victory. Let me know what you think of who's going to win this fight Saturday, December 5th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on Fox Pay-Per-View. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther, the like button, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support and donate to the channel, I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.